Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Velanique. In this space, what I do is I test makeup and makeup techniques for a mature skin. I am 51 years old and I am always on the hunt for makeup that works really well for this phase of my life. In today's video, I am going to be trying out Catrice's Skin Like Tinted Moisturizer. It's what I have on my face at the moment. If you have been on the hunt for something that is lightweight with a lighter coverage, then maybe you'd like to give this video a watch. So without any further chit chat, let's get into this video. So the hair looks fabulous, I know. I have got a Dyson Airwrap and I am battling to get the curls to stick. So I watched a couple of videos and I'm trying a new technique. So I'm going to see if the curls work and how long they last, just to give a little bit more body to the old hair. Right, okay, let's get into our video. We are going to be trying out Catrice's Skin Like Tinted Moisturizer. I wore this yesterday. I think I quite liked it, but I didn't get to the end of the day because I went for a run yesterday late afternoon, and by the time I'd gotten home, everything was perspired off. So I'm quite keen to give this a bit of a wear test today and see how well it works during the day. So my shade is 023W. I will say that I didn't see a lot of shades for sale. I think perhaps one shade accommodates a few shades of skin, if you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Anyways, so let's give this a go. Comes in a plastic container, a squeezy container. It's got a little pump applicator. How many mils are in here? 28 mils, and I paid 130 Rand or 129.99, and I got mine from Clicks. So let's have a look and see what the consistency is like. It is a very lightweight and light coverage. I will say that from wearing it yesterday. It feels very smooth, very hydrating on the skin. It feels quite creamy. It smells quite heavily of sunscreen, almost like coconutty, I'd say, but it is quite heavily scented. So there's that. All right, so let's pop this on. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand again. I have primed half of my face, as I usually do when I test a new foundation or skin tint. I have primed the right side of my face with Catrice's Extreme Blur Mattifying Primer. I've been playing around with this for a little while now, and I think I like it. But let's see how it works today with a very, very lightweight and sheer moisturizer. So I'm going to use a dampened beauty sponge to blend it in today, and I just want to get my little spatula and I'm going to just now pop this on my skin. I'm going to go with the side that doesn't have any primer on just yet, because I just want that primer to sit in. I've only just popped it on my skin. In terms of what's on my skin is just my usual skincare products, and I have put my own sunscreen over it. I just don't think you get enough sunscreen in the product, because you would have to use like a teaspoon of the product to get all of the sunscreen that you need, and I think it's a waste of the tinted moisturizer. Anyway, let's blend this out and see how well it covers. Side by side, we can see that it definitely is a lighter coverage. It looks beautiful. I think it looks like your skin, but a little bit better. Yeah, that's very pretty. I think I'm going to let it set down a little bit and see if I can build it up just to cover the rosacea that I have going on. But it actually seems to have cancelled out the pink quite nicely, actually. If I have a look in the monitor and in the mirror, I think that looks really pretty. Its finish is very much like satin. I quite like that. I'm glad that it's not like super dewy, because I find that that emphasizes my pores and my skin texture. It seems to have covered the pores quite nicely. Hasn't blurred them, but that's not one thing that it says that it does. Yeah, let's pop it on the other side and see what the full face looks like. There we go, that is my full face done, and I actually think it looks really lovely. I like the shade. The shade is really lovely. The shade suits me. It is definitely my match, so I'm quite happy with the shade. Let's have a quick squiz if I can just see if I can just build up the coverage a little tiny bit on my cheeks, and the discoloration that I have, the sun damage just on the lower portion of my face here, my lower jaw. Okay, there we go. That is now built up a little bit on my cheeks. I can't say that there's a massive difference in the coverage, but I'm just going to leave it like that. I think this product it's a tinted moisturizer. It's meant to be lightweight and sheer. I do quite like how it feels on my skin. It is very moisturizing and it is very, very lightweight. It feels lovely. And it seemed to actually build up on itself quite nicely. It hasn't picked up product, so there's no bald spots on my face. Yeah, I quite like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this set for a little tiny bit. I'm going to go and finish off my makeup, take the pin curls out and the curlers, and we are going to have a look and see what this looks like in natural light. Okay, here I am in natural light. Okay, curlers are out, and hair looks like it's got a bit of volume and body, which is quite exciting. Last time I took a video on my cell phone, there was a very strange filter. I think I may have fixed it. I'm really trusting and hoping that is the case. Anyway, so let's have a look and see what this foundation looks like in natural light. I have done all of my makeup, and it seemed to have actually done quite well. No skipping, it didn't take any of the tinted moisturizer off, so it actually looks quite pretty. Definitely is a lighter coverage. I can still very much see the pink of my cheeks. I did put a tiny little bit of blush on, but really I tried to keep a very light hand. But yeah, this is my skin at the moment. It has settled a little bit in the little lines on my forehead, but let's just give it a go and see how it goes. On the whole, I'm going to say that I really do like what my skin looks like. It just looks like skin. It looks beautiful. So yeah, that's that. So I'm going to get on with my day, go and do my odds and ends, and I will see you a little later this evening. Time for our end of day check-in. It is now just gone 6 o'clock in the evening. I've had this product on my face for about 7 hours or so, and yeah, I think I'm quite happy with the results. So I'm going to zoom you in and we can have a look together. So for the most part, the product looks like it has actually stayed on my face. It has settled a tiny little bit in my 11s, not massively so, but a little bit. It's off my nose, which is a bit strange, and just a little bit off my chin. It's not there anymore. But for the rest of my face, the product is all pretty much still there. So for the most part today, I will say that I enjoyed wearing this tinted moisturizer. I enjoyed what my skin looks like with using the product. It looks really beautiful. It looks very much like skin. I only have two little drawbacks that I wasn't 100% happy with. First of all, it's very transferable, so it does transfer on your phone. If you have your phone up against your face, it definitely does transfer. And secondly, I found that towards the end of the afternoon, my skin started to feel like it was drying out quite a bit. It is winter where I am. It was about 14 degrees Celsius today. It was a very sunny day, windy day. Our winters are generally quite dry. The air is quite dry. So I don't know if that just contributed to the drying out feeling of my skin. I would say next time I use this product, I will pop my regular moisturizer on first, then my sunscreen, let that all settle down, and then add the tinted moisturizer, because I actually do like what my skin looks like with the product on. I would definitely recommend this for a mature skin. I quite like how it has performed on my skin. It has not emphasized any of my texture or my fine lines, and usually the telltale sign for me is around my mouth, and that didn't settle in the lines there at all. In fact, my mouth area looks really lovely. Looks good. Only place it settled in were the 11s, and even then you have to be right up close to my face to see it. It is not something that screams, oh look, her makeup looks cakey. Definitely not. This worked really well for me today. So if you have tried this and you live in a warmer climate, won't you let me know how it has performed for you? I'd be very interested to know how this works when it's really hot. Does it stay on your skin? Does it melt right off? Yeah, I'd be interested to know. Let me know in the comments. Well, that is it from me for this evening. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, won't you consider subscribing and joining our community? It would just be so awesome to have you. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.